On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on. A blessed and wonderful Monday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, you don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we're going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps. Monday, a brand new day, a brand new beginning of yet another work week. It is most definitely indeed a joy and a privilege to still be here among the land of the living amidst the chaos that is happening around us each and every day. Over the weekend, last week, many have lost their lives that had plans for Father's Day, that had plans to either celebrate their father or to be celebrated as a father. But because of criminals and criminality and the ongoing gang wars right across the length and breadth of Jamaica, many lost their lives before they were either celebrated or could have celebrated their father. The thing rough. Now we are going to backtrack on a story, one that I carried not too long ago. About 5 we get murder in less than 24 hours in the parish of Hanover. But we are going to more so focus on the triple knockings and clappings, the triple fatal knockings and clappings in Johnsontown, Hanover, which included a father and son. So the son never get to celebrate him father, and the father never get to be celebrated by his son. Now, in all of these knockings and clappings, my peeps, there is always more to it than what actually meets the eye. Because when we see these type of knockings and clappings, somebody will get caught up, will probably be on the innocent side of things. But one thing I can tell you for sure, criminal elements, even though them are criminals and we not like them, but them are not fool. Them are not idiot for just get up and go strike pan somebody so without no reason at all. So there was a reason behind the triple fatal knockings and clappings in Johnsontown. And the truth of the matter is, and people in Johnsontown know this, that only one totally innocent person lost his life on that brutal and horrific night. And the innocent person is presently on your screen where I talk about Michael Collins. He's of a Drew Hill address in Lucy. He is the only innocent person that lost his life on that brutal night. Now I could talk about the father and the son. We are talking about Merrick Calvin Jr. and Merrick Calvin Sr. Now, the father has since been identified, as I stated, the senior, but he's more popularly called in the streets as Maestro Dan. And the son is more popularly called, I'm shortening name, and call him Cal from Merrick Calvin Jr., so them just call him Cal in the streets. Now there's an ongoing gang war that has been fought in that particular space between criminal elements aligned to Johnsontown, and also they're up against criminal elements from a section known as Malcolm Heights and Old Road. It has been an ongoing gang war. But before me go any further into it, we're going to hear from National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang, who visited the parish on Friday. The brutal onslaughts took place Thursday and he was there Friday. So we're going to hear from the minister what he has to say as he weighs in on this latest spate of violence in the Hanover Police Division. Listen.
Last night there was some gruesome and brutal killing in the town of Lucy. One took place in this kind of beside the marketplace and car park, and the other shooting on 5 individuals at a small business place in Johnstown. Particularly unusual for Lucy, although they have having some chance in Hanover recently. The police have in fact increased their deployment. They have had an operation now. They have apprehended some of the players, but the matter continues because there seems to be some conflict between small families and districts in Lucy area, and we have to increase our activity. But I came to reassure the community of our commitment to give the police full support to operate and take on the necessary steps to stem the tide of violence that emerged in the town. It is unfortunately that the players are known. Some of them were in lockups, but in our context we have to release them until we can get a conviction. They are back on the street. I ask the citizens in the community to cooperate with the police. I know they have cooperated in confidence because there is still a reluctance and the individuals involved to talk to the police openly. Two unfortunate cultural activities. One, the informed with death culture is still active. The other one is that when conflict is on, we must take care of it ourselves, not the police. And I'd urge them to allow the police to deal with those who break the law.
Now, as you clearly heard from the minister, he stated that the police know the main players as they have been in and out of jail in recent times. But because of lack of evidence, nobody now come forward to say anything. Hence the reason why they got released and they're back in the streets, continuing their trail of darkness. Yeah, man. So as I stated earlier, there's an ongoing gang war between the Johnsontown gang members and their rivals are from a section known as Malcolm Heights and Old Road. Now, the criminal elements aligned to the Johnsontown gang. Two of them, the main top tier members, end up lose them 3 points one night here. The father, identified as Maestro Danny's alias, and his son, Cal. There are also other top ranking members. A brother known as Creaman, one known as Alka, a next one known as Nitro, who was the intended target of that triple knockings and clappings, but I will get to that shortly. And the next one known as Clutchback. Now, as for the criminal elements aligned to Malcolmites and Old Road gangs, we are talking about a youth known as Coco, we are talking about Mugs, we are talking about Street Vibes, and also a top knockers and clappers known as Clive, who was there that night when the triple knockings and clappings go on. And as I stated earlier in my peeps, there is always a method to the madness where we see a go on. And the father and son just not lose them 3 points innocently. As I stated earlier, the only innocent person that lost his life that night is Michael Collins from Jewel District in Lucy. Now that knockings and clappings was a revenge knockings and clappings because the criminal element from over Malcolm Heights and Old Road were known as Mugs. his father lost his life because of the ongoing gang war between them and Johnsontown man them. So basically the man them come circle the ends for come slap with two people in retaliation for the knockings and clappings that took the life of Mug's father. You know, follow me? Now on that night, the two shooted them, the two knockies and clappies them will come dirt, the three persons. Is the criminal element identified as Muggs and the next one known as Clive. They are rivals of the Johnsontown gang. Now the intended target is this criminal element here, presently on your screen, who was there at the unfinished bar when the criminal elements rode up. He has since been identified by his alias as Nitro. So when Nitro see the man them jump off of the bike and start blaze can, him take away him bat quick and fast, leaving behind Cal to face the judgment of what is to come. And in a previous vlog, I stated that the father, identified as Maestro Dan, heard the shots firing. He was in close proximity. It is said that he drove his motor vehicle to the location and saw the criminal elements about to board the motorbike. It is said that he used his vehicle to slam into the motorbike, and the criminal elements, luckily for them, that's Clive and Muggs, they ended up getting off the bike unhurt whilst the bike was slammed into the unfinished bar. It is said that they continued firing shots into the car of the father identified as Maestro Dan, and that is how the father lost his life. But before the father got there, the son and the innocent man was already conned up. Now in a bid to escape, the criminal elements saw a biker riding past going about him lawful business. Con him up. The man drop off of the bike. Them rush over, take up the bike and made good their escape in the direction of Lucy. So that is how the whole thing went down. Now I'm pretty sure that many must be saying, whoa, trust me. Because we saw a family member in the arms of the police and also the Minister of National Security crying her eyes out. And everybody has said, boy, Jano Star, that rough for lose a father and a son in a one family. But as I stated, there is always a method to the madness that we see going on. And a whole heap of people, for them gang members, make cry. So, I just one of them thing there. As the criminal elements, them would have say, a badness it name. So I just saw the thing set out there in the streets. Saying away, make we continue. So in Saturday's vlog, I made mention of a fatal knockings and clappings. Officer Yeman Pick and team strikes again. Yeah man. A fatal knockings and clappings that took place over there in a section of Bulby known as Taylor Land. The knockings and clappings that go on Friday, sometime around 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Now the criminal element that was on the receiving end of those fatal cans after he decided to take on the likes of Officer Yeman Pick and team is this criminal element here, presently on your screen, identified as Salode Johnson, otherwise known as Fowler. So Fowler get full up, and a 9mm pistol was also recovered from his person. It is said that it was loaded with 9mm cartridges. So over Taylorland in a Bulby Deso, now have one less criminal element to worry about. Now over there in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled Kingston Western Police Division, a fatal knockings and clappings go on over there Saturday night. Just a day shy of Father's Day. Boy, may I tell you, the thing rough. One man end up losing 3 pints and 4 others nursing some whole heap of corn up wounds all over their bodies. Now the knockings and clappings took place along 6th Street in a Trenchtown. And for those who know the little area, right to the complex there, right there so, the knockings and clappings go on. Me hear many I say it's a drive-by, but nothing no go on like that. It's basically a walk-by. Well, if them drive come there, them come out of the car and walk up and just wet up everybody before making good their escape. Now the criminal element will lose 3 points has since been identified as this man presently on your screen, Jerome Richards, but he's more popularly known in the streets as Killa or Manasseh. Now when I hear a man, his alias is Killa, him not just get that name there, just so you know my peeps. A whole heap of work him put in for him other criminal friends them can see him and address him as Killa. Yeah man. Now Jerome Richards aka Manasseh has been the reputed gang leader for the Mexico scheme for quite some time. Because that scheme and rule and reign over that scheme was given to him by other Dans aligned to that of Jonestown some time ago. So them basically are the bigger Dan, so them just recruit him as a smaller Dan for run off the Mexico housing scheme in the Arnett Gardens. Now in recent times, it is said that Jerome Richards aka Manasseh or Killa decides say him want to hang up the belt and just put on the badness him want, give up the danship to the younger bloods. But we all know how in this criminal settings are setting up. Because once you have attained that level of criminality where you become a Dan, there is no walking away from that. Because you have to remember, if you reach to the level of a Dan, whole heap of people you make cry. Whole heap of youths lose them father and other family members. And nobody feel like say, them are going to forget about all of that. Because you suddenly decide say you don't want bad no more. You want to hang up the belt and give it over to the young bloods. But that is what he's putting out there for the regular members of Chan Public. You see? But underneath it all, he was still calling the shots, still making moves, and still being the Dan for the community, even though he is painting it so that members of Chan Public can see say boy, him done with the badness. Because even though Manasseh, a top criminal, is a youth with love ball and afraid of jail, him basically always a sing busy signal song, me nah go jail again. Hence the reason why I'm a try to paint it a certain way so Chan Public starts see him in a different light. But once you're done until you lose your 3 points. So Manasseh or Killa, whichever name that the others want to attribute to you, you get your wish once and for all. You finally hang up the belt. So everybody can safely say that you are no longer the reputed gang leader for Mexico scheme. Many people are say boy, I know him them come for. But who else was sitting at the table that is worthy, basically, to receive all of them candy? A him them come for. So don't be fooled by anybody. The little young bloods them want blood. And them not forget what you used to go on with when time you dep on top and a strike. I just saw the thing set. Remember, remember we're going out of asylum there some years ago with Chubby Dread. I see him with a chubby dread from down a south. Claim to say him did throw in the towels. And the man them just come circle him right in front of the soup man. Asylum there so. And I saw chubby dread get dirt. So don't be fooled, man. Once you attain a certain level in the badness world, there is no turning back. It's just like a man and a woman will go in front of the altar and the pastor say, till death do us part. So youths and youth, be careful of the road you trod, because once you start walk on a certain road, there is literally no turning back. And just as the pastor say, until death do no part. So youths and youths, choose the right path. Now, 2 men is presently behind bars, and among them is a so-called aspiring dancehall artist who goes by the name of Big Shen. Yeah, man. They were arrested last week in separate operations targeting lottery scamming suspects. Now, the first operation was conducted on June 12th by the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency, MOCA, in collaboration with the Specialized Operations Unit of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Now, 29-year-old Rajay Stewart was apprehended during a raid at Cedar Grove Estate in Portmore, St. Catherine. In a press release from MOCA operatives, during the search of Stewart's premises, several items associated with lottery scamming, including multiple technological devices used in defrauding individuals overseas, were seized by them. Stewart was later charged with breaches of the Law Reform Act. In the second joint operation led by Jamaica Operations linked to telemarketing task force and comprising of law enforcement personnel from MOCA, the Counter-Terrorism Organization Crime Investigation Branch, and also the Jamaica Defense Force. The so-called artist, who is most definitely not among the smartest, presently on your screen, identified as Big Shen, whose real name is Tevin Parker, was arrested and charged at his residence in Stony Hill, St. Andrew on June 14th. Now, Big Shen was found with 2 associates at his residence, where a detailed search revealed lead sheets, bank cards, and other lottery scamming paraphernalias. He has since been formally charged with possession of identity information and possession of access devices. His associates have been released pending further investigation. Big Shen court date is yet to be determined. MOCA is presently investigating. Yeah, man. Now the last thing that we are going to talk about is a fatal knockings and clappings and the injuring of another along Lady Musgrave Road in St. Andrew. All of that go on Saturday evening. Now, the man who end up lose 3 points is said to be from the James Street area in the Kingston Central Police Division, and him end up lose 3 points because of the ongoing gang war between rival factions, the Dark Side and Genocide Gang in the Kingston Central Police Division. The man who end up lose 3 points has since been identified as Shano Simpson, said to be of James Street. And also the pillion on the bike where the 2 of them get can up off of has since been identified as Dennis Morgan. Now it is said that Shano Simpson is a known knockis and clappis in the streets, and it is said that him get theme can up because of the gang war between Genocide and Dark Side Gang. Now on the Spot News Media will most definitely be digging deeper into his fatal knockings and clappings and definitely bring you more details in a subsequent newscast. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in a subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.